So I'm Hayley and this is Mary.
Hi.
And we're here today. We want to show you a little bit about how we can use the TRX to help with some small intricate foot problems. So as you can see with Mary down here, her arch caves in. And just in assessing Mary, she says that she has IT band tightness as well as calf tightness and piriformis tightness. So what we're going to do is we're going to work with the TRX to use as a support to help work the small muscles in the feet. So for our first exercise, we're going to do a dynamic stretch with Mary stretching the lateral line of her body in a repetitive motion. So she's going to start with her hands in the foot cradles facing away from the anchor. She's going to step her leg, one leg over the other. And let's go ahead and do just like so. And what she's going to do is reach that leg that's behind, that same arm's going to go up. So from her wrist all the way down to that rear ankle, she's getting a stretch to the side of her body. She's going to pull down, and then she's going to switch sides and rock over to the other side. She's going to hold each side for about 2 seconds, keeping equal weight on each foot. Good, let's do one more, Mary. Good, keep pressure on those handles, perfect, stop. Okay, so now what we're going to do is come into our front squat position, so the TRX is under the armpits, leaning our body weight into the TRX. We're going to come back to about, 25 degree with the body so that the core is engaged and the back foot is planted so the calf is stretching. And we're going to use the opposite leg as a driver to bring that knee across the body. Good. Now the reason we're doing this exercise is so that Mary's planted foot, that arch that caves in, feels like it's lifting off the ground. And she's getting that balance, that whole idea of balance. And the great thing about this exercise is that she's also working her core and her shoulder stabilizing muscles at the same time. Good, that knee's a driver. Keep your hips forward, Mary. That's it. Good, one more. Nice job. So now we're going to have Mary do a toe lift by using the TRX for balance. This is a great way to teach people who are balance challenged to work their small muscles in their feet. So she's going to start with her elbows under her shoulders, facing the anchor. And then all she's going to do is bend her knees a little bit, put her weight back into her hips, and she's slowly going to lift her toes up towards her knees because that's where she's experienced the weakness in that tibialis anterior. And you guys can see how she's working, lifting the arch in her foot. Good, Mary, just do a couple more, nice and steady. One more. Good job. Okay, so this next exercise, I'm going to precursor it with showing you how Mary would do a regular squat and what happens with her feet. So Mary, if you'll go ahead and show me. As you guys can see, her ankles cave in. Again. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and grab the TRX, Mary. We're going to walk back until our elbows are under our shoulders, facing the anchor with the straps nice and tight. Square the feet. And because we're using the TRX, it's giving us some support so we can unload part of our body weight into the TRX. So now, Mary, I want you to squat down and keep your feet lifted. Good. Nice and even with those knees. That looks good. And this is a great way to teach Mary to use those small muscles in her feet, doing a squat the right way without letting her arch collapse, until she can eventually build up the strength to do it with her full body weight. One more. Good job, Mary. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use the TRX in a total body exercise for the back. We're going to do our row. So we're going to shorten the TRX all the way up. And then Mary's going to take a position or a body angle that's challenging to you to get ready for the exercise. Okay, so go ahead and start doing your row, engaging all the muscles in the back of your body. Good, keep your chin to the anchor. Now we're gonna bring our attention to Mary's feet. And this is another option that we have when using the TRX, is I can cue Mary to lift her foot up so that she's getting that anterior tibialis and working the small muscles in her feet and getting the benefit of that versus tightening the calf and plantar flexing the foot. That looks good, Mary. Keep those feet up best you can. And stop.
Good.
So I want to thank Mary for letting us use her as an example and doing a good workout today. Thank you, Mary.
Hey, thanks to Hayley. I love Hayley. And I love TRX.